Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to TCS iON intelligem 2025. Before we move any further, may I please request Ms. Soumya, Head Contests powered by TCS iON, to set the ball rolling.
A very happy new year to everyone. I'm thrilled to welcome you all to the national grand finale of the 7th edition of TCS iON intelligem. Today, we have come together to celebrate and cheer for the talented finalists of this prestigious contest. In just a few moments, we will witness an exciting finale where these brilliant minds will showcase their skills and compete for the coveted title. Congratulations to all the finalists for making it this far. Your journey itself is a testament to your hard work and determination. The topic, contest rounds, and the evaluation criteria have been meticulously crafted by a panel of experts, ensuring a unique and enriching experience every year. Our vision is to empower every student by enabling them to hone their skills and realize their full potential. At TCS iON, we take immense pride in the fact that the contest continues to remain India's largest national level contest focused on the 21st century skills. We deeply appreciate the unwavering support of the school leaders and educators who have made this journey possible. To all the finalists, I wish you the very best. Remember, regardless of the outcome today, you have already proven yourselves as true intelligence. Each one of you shines brightly, and that's what we celebrate. And now, let the finale begin. Thank you, and over to you, Rashmi.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time for us to welcome our host here today. This prolific speaker orator is the only professional woman quiz host across Asia. She was listed by the business world as a 40 under 40 and also received a global recognition from the Women Economic Forum. An alumnus of NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she is also the co-host of Tata Crucible and has been hosting TCS iON intelligem since its inception. Ladies and gentlemen, time for us to welcome Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finale of TCS iON intelligem Financial Literacy for the senior category. These students have gone through multiple rounds and finally reached this grand finale here today. Financial literacy being one of the most important future skills for all of us. And the sooner we introduce our children to this particular vertical, the better, because they learn better and they probably will be able to manage their finances way better when they grow up. Well, we have had the quiz for the junior category as well, and they have played exceedingly well. Time for us to get to know the seniors who have joined us here today, and let's see how well they play this quiz. Let's get started and let's get to know our finalists first. First finalist joining us, he is in class 7 and is representing Delhi Public School Electronic City from Bengaluru, Anupam Patra. Following Anupam is Advik Adhikari. He is also in class 7 and he is representing PSBB Senior Secondary School from Kanchipuram. The next contestant who has joined us here today from class 8 representing Delhi Public School Sector 45 in Gurgaon is Rishik De Sarkar. Moving on to our next finalist here today from class 8 representing Sri Kumaran's Children Home in Bengaluru is Arnav Seth. Moving on to our finalist from class 9 representing the Sun City School from Gurgaon is Arnav Gupta. And completing this lineup for us here today representing the Indus International School from Bengaluru and belonging to class 9 is Ishan J. Well, ladies and gentlemen, these are our finalists here today, and they have gone through multiple tests and personal interviews to reach this grand finale. Believe me, their knowledge on financial literacy is really, really good. So let's see how well they perform in this quiz here today. Alright, let's move into the first round of this quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up is basics of finance. Here we go. Alright, nothing appearing on your screen. The questions would be from me. The scoring pattern is plus 100 if you get it right and minus 50 if you get it wrong. Remember, single attempt per question only. You don't have multiple attempts. You need to keep that in mind, and you need to actually keep that in mind when you play your strategies out. So ensure that you follow and keep that score in your mind. Let's get started with this question, the first one of this finale here today, coming up. Which word of everyday use has its origin from the old German word for bench, as the money changers used to? Arnav, say it is on the buzzer. Quick there, go ahead.
Bank.
He did not allow me to complete my question, as the money changers used to sit on the bench to transact. Bank is absolutely right. Arnav getting 100 points on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful start for this quiz on financial literacy here today. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 2. Here we go. Quetzal is a beautiful bird. However, if I am spending quetzals, which country am I in? Oh. 5 seconds of time is up. Rishi, go ahead.
It's Guatemala, if I'm not wrong.
Guatemala is absolutely right. Getting 100 points on that is Rishik. Let's move on to the next question. Here we go. One of the world's oldest central banks has the nickname called the Old Lady of the Threadneedle Street. Which bank is this? Go ahead, Rishik.
This is the Bank of England.
The Bank of England is absolutely right. Getting 100 points on that is Rishik. Alright, let's move on into the last question of this round. Coming up, here we go. What I'm going to tell you is a mode of transaction that was used in a specific universe. I will tell you the name of this mode of transaction and you have to tell me which universe am I talking about. The Galactic Credit Standard, or simply the Galactic Credit. Go ahead, Arnav, say it on the buzzer.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is absolutely right. The one word that I omitted was fictional universe, but I think these kids are well versed with this to know what kind of tricks I would play. Getting that right is Arnav there with Star Wars. Believe it or not, Galactic Credit Standard is the mode of transaction or the standard that they use there. The currency, although it's not a currency, but it's the credit. That's the Galactic Credit that they have. All right. Moving on to the next round of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Invest with thought. Here we go. All right, 4 questions in this round. The rules do not change. However, you will have images coming up on your screen and corresponding questions from me. Okay? The moment you press that buzzer, you're indicating to me that you know the answer. So I will stop reading the question. Remember that. Okay, let's move into the first question of this round. All you need to tell me is the name of this particular character. Go ahead, Arnav Gupta on the buzzer.
Is it Mr. Monopoly?
It is not Mr. Monopoly, getting a minus 50 on that. He is from the game of Monopoly that teaches us about transactions and about money. His name is Rich Uncle Pennybags. Rich Uncle Pennybags is the name of this character. All right, but a good try there. He knew that this particular character is from the world of Monopoly. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 2. You will have an image coming up on your screen and you have to tell me what the occasion is. Here we go. Rishik, go ahead.
This is the Halwa ceremony, and it's basically the ceremony that they do right before the new budget.
Alright, getting that right. The halwa ceremony before the budget printing that happens is what you're seeing on your screen. Getting that right and getting 100 points on that is Rishik. Alright, moving on to our next question here today. All you need to tell me is identify this person. Her name is what I need. Oh, a tough one. All right, time is up. Time is up. There are many women in finance who are doing extremely and exceedingly well. She is none other than Geeta Gopinath, and she is appointed as the first Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. A very important role that she is playing, and she's been a part of IMF for a long time now. Let's move on to the final question of this round. Identify the character from the world of literature that has a connection to finance. Oh, no one, even if you tell me which piece of literature, I'll give you the points. Arnav Gupta, go ahead.
Is it from The Merchant of Venice?
I just told that even if you tell me which piece of literature, I will give you the points. I will give you those points. Merchant of Venice is absolutely right. That is none other than Shylock, the money lender from Merchant of Venice. Getting that right is Arnav Gupta. Some really good quality answers that I'm getting here today. But for now, let's take a quick look at the score before we move into the next round. The scores as of now, ladies and gentlemen, Arnav Gupta took a negative early on, which is why he is on 50 points. I have Arnav Seth on 200 points and Rishik on 300 points. Well, we have not even completed half of the quiz. So it is too soon to comment on what's going to happen or what the result would be. We have 3 more rounds to go. So let's move on to the next round, that is called Pick Your Credits. Here we go. Moving on to the third round of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen, Pick Your Credits. All right. You have 4 questions in this round, and you will have the clues that will appear on your screen. And along with that, you will have blocks or different shapes that will appear. The number of those shapes indicate the number of letters in the answer. Okay, so be careful when you give me your answer. Remember, 4 questions plus 100 minus 50 your scoring pattern. Okay, I may or may not have extra clues for you. That is just an example for you on your screen. That is how it will appear. Let's move on to the first question of this round. Coming up, here we go. What does MRP stand for? Quick there, Arnav Seth, go ahead.
Maximum retail price.
Maximum retail price is absolutely right. Getting 100 points on that is Arnav. Let's move on to the second question. Coming up, here we go. What does... Arnav, go ahead. Arnav Gupta this time.
Card verification value.
Absolutely right. Card verification value. Something that most of us adults may not know. We know this as the CVV number, but card verification value is what the full form is. Good answer by Arnav there, and he gets 100 points on that one. Let's move on to the next question. That is question number 3. Coming up on your screen, here we go. A short form for an answer. Arnav Gupta, go ahead.
The SEBI, which is the Securities and Exchange Board of India.
All right. Just to ensure they do not, they are not misled, I said short form for an answer. He got absolutely right. SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, getting that right and getting 100 points on that one is Arnav Gupta. Let's move on to the next question, the last one in this round. Coming up, here we go. What is the benchmark index of, Arnav Gupta again, go ahead.
NIFTY, the Nifty.
All right, he gets that right with the Nifty. He seems to be extremely good in the world of finance, and he gets Nifty right and gets 100 points on that one as well. He was very quick on the buzzer there. Time for us now to move into the next round. That is the 4th round of this quiz. Coming up is Mind These. Here we go. All right, nothing appearing on your screen for this particular round. The rules, however, are the same. There is no change in the rules. I will give you sentences, okay? I have 4 questions for you. The 4 questions would be in the form of statements, and you have to tell me what I am talking about, okay? For example, I would give you a little bit of a description or maybe some form of a clue on what I am talking about, and you need to tell me what exactly I am talking about. Alright, good luck to all of you. 4 questions in this round as well. Nothing on your screen, all your clues would be from me. The first one coming up, here we go. I am a term coined by the economist Jim O'Neill. What am I? Jim O'Neill, from the world of global finance, including different countries. In fact, the name is based on certain countries, 5 countries. What I am looking for is based on 5 countries. India is a part of this. Oh, Anupam, go ahead.
The SARC.
Not the SARC. I said the name is based on 5 countries, and I gave you India as a clue. The answer that I was looking for is BRICS. B for Brazil, R for Russia, I for India, C for China, and S for South Africa. Jim O'Neill, the economist, is the one who coined the term BRICS. Okay? So Anupam getting a negative on that one, but he still tried. He got the drift right, but he got the answer wrong. So let's move on to the next question. That is question number 2. Coming up, here we go. I am a term used to describe the decision of the United Kingdom to leave the European Union. Go ahead, Rishik.
Brexit, short for Britain's exit.
Absolutely right. He gets 100 points on Brexit. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Here we go. I am a term for the public ledger of transactions in a cryptocurrency network. What am I? This is certainly a term that all of you are aware of. Probably, Arnav, say it on the button.
Blockchain.
Blockchain is absolutely right. Very well answered, Arnav. He gets 100 points on that one. Well, most often than not, we know these terms, but these terms can be explained and defined in different words. That is why it's very important for us to understand what they mean. And that is what these kids here today have proved, that they really do understand these financial terms. Let's move on to the final question of this round coming up. I am a term for companies whose shares do not tend to lose value when a market falls. Considered to be safer companies to invest in. Go ahead, Ishan, on the buzzer.
Is it large cap companies?
It's not large cap companies. That's a different definition altogether. Safer companies to invest in would be the blue chip companies. The blue chip companies is what I was looking for as an answer. Ishan getting a negative on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed 4 rounds of this quiz. Time for us to take a quick look at the score before we move into the final round of this grand finale here today. The score, ladies and gentlemen, Rishik on 400, Arnav Seth on 400, Arnav Gupta on 350. Anupam and Ishan have to work a little harder. They are on -50, and Advik has to start pressing those buzzers very quickly because if he has to catch up with the rest of them, he has to take that chance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the grand finale of the financial literacy quiz for the senior category brought to you by TCS iON. This, of course, is a part of the initiative called Intelligem by TCS iON, which focuses on future skills for the students of classes 5 to 9. And I really hope you have been enjoying this quiz so far. We now move into the final round of this quiz. But before that, let me remind you, we only have one winner in this quiz, and the rest of them would be joint runners-up. And currently, we have 2 of them on 400 points, 1 on 350. If you ask me, I would not invest on anyone right now because it's too risky an investment. Let's see what happens. The final round coming up is reap your rewards. Here we go. All right. So in this round, you would have images coming up on your screen and corresponding questions from me. 4 questions to go, but remember the scoring pattern, plus 100, minus 100. Your negative is equal to your positive. Be careful when you take your chances in this round. Good luck to all of you. Do well. 4 questions, remember that. Let's get started with the first one. Here we go. MacArthur Hall, Hamilton Hall, Batten Hall. Oh, Arnav Gupta, go ahead.
They are all different halls in the Harvard Business School.
That is given right there in the center. There is a question mark for another one there. Harvard Business School, unfortunately, is not the right one. Getting a minus 100 on that one is Arnav. I would have completed the question as all our famous halls or names of buildings at the Harvard Business School. A building among all of them is on or named after an Indian. Which building is this? The answer I was looking for is none other than Ratan Tata. It is the Ratan Tata Hall or the Tata Hall at Harvard. Well, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2 coming up. Here we go. With Berkshire Hathaway as his company, Rishik, go ahead.
The person this refers to is Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha.
All right. Berkshire Hathaway as his company, the Oracle of Omaha, is the great investing mind that all of us must know. Warren Buffett is absolutely right. He gets 100 points on that one. Last 2 questions of this round or of this grand finale, ladies and gentlemen. The penultimate one coming up. Here we go. My name is Cadbury and I am a butler. From which universe or which fictional world will you find me in? In the context of finance, do not forget that. Oh, time is up. No one on the buzzer. His name is Cadbury and he is a butler for a really rich family or a really, really rich boy called Richie Rich. Okay? The entire point here was getting you all to think in the context of finance. That's the reason I repeated saying think in the context of finance. Why would I ask you about a butler at a financial literacy quiz if there is no connection or context of financial literacy in this at all? All right, no one getting Cadbury right there. Let's move on to the final question of this round. All right, Rishik on 500, Arnav on 400. Let's see what happens. The final round or the final question. One winner, let's not forget that. Here we go. This teacher went on to be RBI governor and deputy of the Planning Commission. He then became finance minister. Go ahead, Arnav on the buzzer.
Is this Madhuri Puri Butch?
Repeat your answer.
Madhuri Puri.
All right. Getting a negative on that is Arnav. You should have waited for me to complete the question. He then became the finance minister and prime minister twice. What you're seeing on the screen is a book on that person that was released. The answer I was looking for is none other than Dr. Manmohan Singh. Absolute current affairs and finance minister twice, prime minister twice, finance minister, planning commission, RBI governor, all of that. Another thing, Arnav, there has not been a lady as a RBI governor so far. So that was another clue that you should have latched on to in the very beginning. Hopefully very soon there would be a lady as RBI governor, but as of now we do not have any. But a good try, and I'm really glad that you know names of few authors who are ladies. That's really good to know. For now, let's take a look at the final scoreboard right there, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen. With 500 points. Rishik De Sarkar of Delhi Public School Sector 45 Gurgaon wins this quiz for financial literacy in the senior category. And don't forget, like I said, all the remaining finalists are joint runners-up. So all of them have wonderful prizes to win from TCS iON team here today. But to be fair, all of them have played very, very well and given some amazing answers. Like I said earlier, they don't just simply know the terms, they understand these financial terms. It's very, very clear that these kids have a bright and beautiful future as far as finance is concerned. They would probably manage their finances extremely well, and at the end of the day, that is why TCS iON is having such events for the students of our country, so they are better equipped with future skills. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us in this grand finale of financial literacy for the senior category. And do not go anywhere. We have many, many more finals coming up, and I'm very, very sure you're going to enjoy all of them. So tune back in for one of those finals. Take care.